you might notice that things are looking quite different today in today's video if you have been with me for a while. I thought I would try something different. This is actually a blanket over my screen, just to give a sort of neutral background, rather than have over here where I've got to sit at an angle and I'm kind of in one half of the screen. I don't know, I would love to see my subscriber number go up, and I know it's not the be all and end all, but I'd really just love to see more people subscribing to me, and I kind of don't know why. I think I'm quite a nice person, and I'm bubbly and I'm honest and fun and I'm just me. So I don't really understand. I know that I don't do a lot of high street hauls or, you know, sort of lower end like high street makeup. I suppose it's more sort of the you know, the mid end makeup that I do. I don't know whether that has an impact. Maybe I should do more reviews. If you let me know in the comments below how you think I can get more people to my channel and what you would like to see more of, then please do let me know in the comments below. So yes, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try working this angle today. I do have my softbox on just for a little bit extra light because it's a bit overcast today here in the UK. But I've been wanting to do this contour video for a while, and you'll have to excuse the hair, and I'm not one of these people who makes excuses for my hair, but I really don't know what's happening with it today. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I had my roots done on Saturday, and they do like this special colour treatment on it, so it's looking a lot darker than it normally would. But once I wash it, it'll be back to being a bit brighter. And I don't really know why I'm sharing that with you. Maybe that's why people get sick of me and they don't bother subscribing, or they unsubscribe from me, because I do tend to waffle on a bit. I don't know. Comments below. Nice comments, because horrible comments will be deleted. So I've been thinking about doing this contouring video for a while because I'm just kind of getting into contouring. I've contoured today. I don't know if you can tell. I've got such a fat face. Can you even tell? But I'm just kind of learning with contouring, and just watching videos is really helpful. So I just thought I'd do a video on how I contour, and I wanted to show you the brushes that I use and all the different products that I use, because I've got quite a few. And I thought I'd kind of start with my history of contouring and show you what I used to contour when I first started to contour. And I didn't really use anything in particular brush wise. I just used to use a blush brush to do the contour because you know, I was new to it. But I feel like I've learned a lot from videos. Now for me, I think that the best thing that you can do if you are learning how to contour is find somebody who has a similar shape face to you. Now you might not be able to find somebody who's got the same skin colour or skin tone as you. Like, I'm really pale, so I wanted to find somebody who was pale like me, preferably with a fuller, rounder face. That's putting it nicely. So if I couldn't find somebody who had both the same skin colour and the same face shape, I just thought if I look for somebody who's got the same face shape, and then I look at and how they do it, and then I find somebody who's the same sort of colour and look at the products they use. Luckily enough, there is somebody here on YouTube who has a similar sort of full face shape like me, and she is very pale, and that is Nikkietutorials. Now I'm going to link her channel below. She's absolutely huge. She's very quirky. I know that sometimes that's not everybody's taste, but I absolutely love Nikkie's videos. Now the thing about her is you might look at some of her looks and think, wow, they're way out there and it's something that you don't want to do. But I always find when I watch Nikkie's tutorials, I come away with something, because when you're watching her, she explains how she's doing things, what techniques she's doing, things that she's learned, because she's a makeup artist and she travels all over the world. She's just amazing. She's fantastic. I love Nikkie. I just think she's so down to earth, but she's so talented. And she kind of talks you through the products that she uses. She's very honest about what she likes and doesn't like. And she will actually sort of say, right, well, this works and this is how I do this. And I just feel that she explains things really, really well. And I feel like I've learned a lot from Nikkie of Nikkietutorials. I'm just an amateur. I'm not a professional. I've never said that I am. I've never said that I think I'm any good at makeup. I just really enjoy makeup. It's a passion of mine. I love collecting makeup. I love applying makeup. I wear different makeup every single day. You will never catch me wearing the same look 2 days in a row. So I'm actually going to start with where I started contour wise, and that's with these little 2 boxes of powder. And these are from Benefit, and it's Dallas and Hoola. Now Hoola is one of my all-time favourite bronzers because it's a very lovely cool toned brown colour, and it doesn't have much orange in there, or it doesn't, to me it has no orange in there, to be fair. And I think I've explained this before, But if I put a bronzer on and it's even got a hint of orange in it, then it just magnifies and it's like neon on me. It's just when you're really pale, you've got to be very careful about bronzers. So I do find it quite difficult, but I do find that the Benefit Hoola is one of the best bronzers out there because it's so cool toned. Yeah, so I used to use this when I first started, and then I kind of graduated to using Dallas. Now Dallas is another Benefit box of powder, and that's what it looks like. I believe you can still get this one. It looks like it's got shimmer in it, but once it gets on the skin there is no shimmer in it at all. And what I love about this is it's kind of a reddy tone. It's really quite nice. It's deeper than Hoola and it just gives a really nice shadow. So I really do like Dallas, but this is also quite nice as a blush, so that's kind of a dual product there. And another thing that I used to use, although I could never quite get the hang of this, but I do like the powder in it, and it's also by Benefit, and this one is called 10. Now I don't think they do this anymore, but basically it's a bronze and, well, it's a contour and a highlight, and you would get one of those square brushes of theirs, you would put it in and then you would apply it so that the highlight was on the top of your brush, contour on the bottom, and it would just swipe it on and you'd have a highlight and contour in one go. I could never quite get it exactly right. Every now and then it would be okay, but I got it and I never really used it like that. And then I've just recently started to get back into it because I was getting more into contour, and the highlight itself is really, really pretty. I wish they'd do that by itself. And the contour powder is actually really nice. The contour powder is a little like Hoola, but slightly darker. So it's not Hoola, but it is a very nice powder, and it's actually got quite a sizable dint in it now. And then I moved on to the Sleek Contour Kit. This one's in light. And this is the old style contour kit, where it just has the contour powder and the highlight. I was really basically just kind of experimenting when I got this, and I got it because I thought I'd really like to know how to do it, but I really didn't have a clue, and contouring wasn't really very big when I bought this contour kit. But I would say in the last 6 months, definitely, maybe 6 months to a year, contouring has become a really huge thing, and I've noticed that I used to watch tutorials before and nobody really talked about it very much, whereas now everybody does it, and well, not everybody, but you know what I mean, all the big YouTubers out there, the big makeup gurus, they all do it and they show you how to do it, and everybody's got their different ways of doing it. So I just thought I would talk about my ways of doing it because I'm not an expert, I'm not a makeup artist, and sometimes I like to watch people who are not experts and they're not makeup artists, because I feel sometimes I learn a bit more from them, because sometimes when makeup gurus do it, they make it look so easy, but it's just not. And I like to hear that other people have as much of a struggle as I do, because contouring still kind of evades me. So basically, one of the things that I have learned, and this is a tip that I've learned, I don't know if this is from Nikkietutorials or if it was from somebody else, but I did learn that you shouldn't use bronzer as a contour, and the reason behind that is that bronzer is actually meant to add colour and glow to your face, and it's meant to warm up your face and your skin tone. Whereas a contour is meant to be a shadow on your face. So you shouldn't really use like a warm toned bronzer to add that shadow. I think that really though depends on your skin tone. So I think it may have been Nikkietutorials that I learned this from, because she was basically saying as a pale person, a bronzer can't be a contour for you because it's going to be too warm. You actually need something that's a little more cool toned, because then it actually looks like a shadow on the face. So let's talk about some individual contouring products that I have. So I've got two eyeshadows. Now the first one is by Illamasqua, so this is more of your high-end sort of eyeshadow, high-end contour. This one's called Heroine, and this is actually one that Nikkietutorials recommended. And this is a lovely cool toned taupe brown. It's really, really pretty, and it's just absolutely perfect for somebody pale like me, because it doesn't have that strong orange tone to it, and it's pigmented but not so much that when you put it on you're just going to end up with a big muddy splodge on your face. So I really love using Heroine. Now I don't remember if this is from Poundland or Pound World, but the brand is called Makeup Gallery, or the range is called Makeup Gallery, and it's number 9 and it's called Cappuccino. Now this is actually really very pigmented and it's actually got quite a dent in there. Now I will quickly swatch this one. I did actually show this one in a video, but this one is very, very cool toned, hopefully you can see, and that is just one little touch in the powder. So it is very pigmented. So I do find that I've got to be a little bit careful with that one. It doesn't seem to have too much of a sheen and it does blend in beautifully. So even if you do have a slightly heavy hand with this one, you can actually work with it and you can actually get it to balance out and come out okay. But this is a really lovely cool toned one if you've got fair skin. So I highly recommend that, plus it's £1, so you know, win-win. So the next products I'm going to show you are single cream products. So the first one I've got is from Makeup Revolution. And this one's a blush stick. I don't recall the name of it because it doesn't have the name actually on it anywhere. And I got this because I saw swatches online and it looked really, really brown. Now it's not. It's actually quite orange. And I'll do a quick swatch of that for you. Of course it's very pigmented because it's a cream. And a little goes a long way. I'm going to just blend that quickly out so you can see. Look how orange that is. It's really very dangerously orange on me because I am very, very pale. And I thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to make this work. But you can actually blend it and it blends away quite nicely. And what I did learn from Nikkietutorials, again, you're going to get sick of me saying that, but what I learned from her is she actually was using a product that was quite orange and quite very warm toned. And she actually put that on and it was a cream product. And then she actually set that with a cooler toned contour powder, so it actually brought down the colour of it, but she had like the really nice definition and then cooled it down with a powder on top of it. So I think I can work with this and use this. I actually have put it on before and tried it and it actually blends beautifully and does give you a really nice contour line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually link a video below for Vinny of Little Miss Style Guru, because she's actually just done a contouring video featuring this particular blush stick. So it was really funny when it popped up in my feed yesterday, because it was like, wow, I'm just about to feature that myself as a contour product. So she actually demos it and you can see how she blends it in and everything. So it's a really excellent video and I'm going to link that below for you. So the other cream product that I've got, it's actually inside this rather grubby looking palette from Illamasqua. This is the Aura Face Palette. So this is kind of an all-in-one face palette, and I actually did a get ready with me for this palette. And what I'm going to talk about in here is this cream pigment that they have put in as a contour, and it's called Hollow. So that's that one there, and it's actually a really perfect colour for, again, us pale girls. It's got no warmth to it. It's really nice, light, cool tone taupe colour, and it blends beautifully, and I absolutely love this colour to use. And I actually have bought that full size with my discount for my birthday because it's got quite a dent in it already. I really enjoy using that product. I didn't think I was going to enjoy using a cream contour, and that's the first cream contour I actually got, but I do really love using that one and I'd highly recommend that one. The next thing I'm going to talk about, and it's the last single product that I have, and it's actually from Neve Cosmetics. You may have heard me talk about Neve Cosmetics before. And this is actually one of a two-part set, and it's actually called the Mineral Contouring Powder. And what you got is you got shadow and light. So the light is the highlighter and it's kind of a peachy colour, and then the shadow is your contour colour. And this is actually quite a nice sort of cool tone, sort of browny taupe colour as well. I'm going to try and show you. There, you can see it up in the top of the lid there. Just comes in this sifter kind of jar, and as you can see, this one is a loose powder. It's got a little bit of warmth to it, but because it's quite dark, it's not too bad. And a little of this goes such a long way because it's so incredibly pigmented. So moving on, we're now going to go on to my last single product, which is actually a pressed powder. And this is actually in Pro Pan palette form, and it's from MAC. And that is in my blush palette from MAC. And it's called Sculpt. Mine had it's got a little bit of damage on it. Kind of like, I don't know if you can see the shininess on it there, but that's what Sculpt is like. And I'm actually wearing that today on top of the cream contour that I put on, and it's actually really nice. I thought it was going to be a little bit too warm toned for me, but it actually is really nice once it's on. I am thinking about getting Harmony from MAC because I've heard that that one is actually really, really good for us pale girls because it's more cool toned, and that's actually a blusher by MAC. So I'm thinking about getting that one as well. because I feel like I could put that on and then I could cool it down with Harmony and just kind of buff it out. So I'm considering that because I'm really into the contouring, because I do feel like my face does need some shape and some definition to stop it from looking so round. Next I'm going to show you some palettes, and I've got 2 high street and then the rest are sort of mid to high end palettes. So we'll start off with the cream palettes, and the first one I'm going to show you is from Beauty UK. It just comes in one colour, so this doesn't come in various colours for different skin tones, it's just the only one they do, and it is the Ultimate Contour Palette. It comes in this cardboard packaging and it doesn't have a mirror, but it does come with these 3 colours. You have your highlight, your bronze and your contour, and these are of course cream products. The contour is very nice. I do find that it's actually quite a nice cool tone, so it works very well for pale skin. The bronzer is also really lovely, and I do like the highlighter, but the highlighter is not a highlighter for me because it is my skin tone. In fact, it's just slightly, I would say, a tiny touch darker than what I would normally use for concealer, but I can get away with it if I'm using it for just patting into red areas or using it on spots and things. So that for me isn't a highlighter, but if you are a medium skin tone or darker, then that would definitely be a highlighting product for you. But it's a really nice product, and on the back it does tell you what the colours are and what the colours are for, and it comes with this handy little face here that shows you where you should be putting the products on your face. So quite good, and I think it's only £3.99, which is really affordable. The next one is actually something I haven't hauled yet, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit in Light. So this comes in 3 different colourways. I got light obviously because I'm light, but some of the colours in here were very warm really. It's got a very sturdy plastic lid, it's not that kind of bendable like the Beauty UK, it's very sturdy, and it's the standard cardboard packaging which has the magnetic finish at the front. Just tell you the colours on the back. And then these are the 6 colours that you get. So you get your banana colour, your yellow, which is like a colour correcting, just a standard highlighting colour, and then you get a cool pink tone, which is also colour correcting. That is actually really lovely under the eyes, I find. I find this is actually slightly darker than I am, so it's not a highlight shade for me, but more of a concealer or more of a cream foundation. So I would use that on areas that I'm red to give me a bit more coverage. Then you've got 3 sort of contour shades here. This is the heaviest colour, and I actually use these 2 together, or that's what I have the 2 times I've used it. And it is nice, but I do find the colours are a little bit too warm. So I did what Nikkietutorials did. I actually contoured with it, and then I used a cooler toned contour powder over the top to set it, and just to cool the colour down and make it more wearable. So the pans do come out of the palette, so if you did use it up, you could actually just order a refill. I may actually just invest in a couple of cooler toned ones if they do these. I don't think they have these on the website at the moment, they just have this sort of the new colours for the powder palette, but I may just think about investing in some cooler tones of these. It's great that you can pop it out, so therefore when when you've used one colour up, it's not like a dead palette, you can actually continue to use it. So yeah, that's a lovely little palette, and again, like I said, I haven't actually hauled this one yet, so this is the first time I'm showing it, but I've enjoyed using it. I do like using cream products, so I just thought that'd be really quite nice to try. Then moving on to powder products, I have 4 to show you. Yeah, just 4. And the first one is actually a high street one, and it's the Barry M Flawless Chisel Cheeks Contour Kit. And it's cardboard packaging. Again, this has a magnetised thing at the front. It comes with a guide in the lid that tells you how to use the products. And then these are the 3 shades that you get. A highlight, a bronzer, which is a lovely red based brown, and then your contour colour. Now the thing with this one is, again, this powder that is for the highlight, for pale skin tones, it's just going to be like a face powder for you. This does not highlight my skin in any shape, way or form. That is the colour. You get it on my skin, and then once you blend it, it's gone. It's just, it is my colour. But that said, it is a very nice, creamy, velvety sort of face powder, so I will actually just use that as a face powder. The bronzer itself, I absolutely love this bronzer. I love a red based bronzer. I just think that they look really great on like my sort of skin colour, rather than always just have the sort of cool tone taupe bronzer. The red based bronzer adds a bit of warmth to your face, but because it hasn't got any orange in there, it warms you up without like kind of giving that orange finish that just looks unnatural. So I just find on pale skin, for me, a red based bronzer is more of a believable sort of bronze colour than an orange one, because it's believable that that could be a tan. But these are lovely. This looks frightening because it's quite dark, but it's not. I've done a little swatch of it there for you. It's not too bad, and these do blend quite nicely as well, so that's a really lovely little kit, and that is £6.49. And then moving on to more mid-end, I have the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Chiseled to Perfection Contour Kit. Now, I got this from Sephora. I don't know if it's a Sephora exclusive, I think it may be, but I don't know whether in the long term they will actually release this everywhere. I imagine they will. And this one comes with a mirror in the lid. It also comes with a brush, which none of the others do. The brush itself is called the Contour Bouquet, and it's a very nice little brush. It's super, super soft, and it is nice and slim. And you can actually pinch it to get more definition, but it is a very nice little brush, and I have actually been using that. With this kit, you only get 4 colours: light cocoa, medium cocoa, dark cocoa, and pop of light. The pop of light is quite glittery and shimmery. I mean, I don't see a lot of glitter once I get it on. I think it tends to fall out and you're just left with a nice sort of champagne sort of shimmer. And I absolutely love I love light cocoa as a highlighter. It is the only highlighter that I have found in any of these palettes that actually does what it says. And I think that's because it's not exactly a matte powder. It has a little bit of a sheen in it, but not like what you get with highlighters where they're glossy. It has a sheen that actually reflects light. So because it's light reflective, it just lightens up under that area because it's reflecting the light and making it look brighter. So I absolutely love this powder in here, and I love the highlight. But these colours in here, you do get your cool toned and your warm toned, and it's just a fantastic kit, and it smells of chocolate, so bonus. The next kit is by Kat Von D. This is the Shade and Light palette. I actually got mine from Sephora again because Kat Von D is not available in the UK at present. If it is, it's probably really quite expensive. But this is Kat Von D's palette. It comes with a mirror in the lid again. And then this is just perfection in a palette. I mean, a lot of people are raving about how amazing this is. Because Kat Von D is very pale herself, I feel like she's come out with something that really works well for me, because I feel like she understands pale skin and the struggles that you can have with pale skin and getting products that really work for you. You do get 3 highlight colours, and all of the colours in this palette are matte, so there is nothing that is shimmery. This is perfect, it's lovely. It's a nice highlighter, but again, it's kind of my skin colour, a shade, you know, I guess it brightens a little bit, but not a lot. Then you've got a yellow sort of powder, and then the peachy colour. I can actually use all 3 of the top ones, and I do use all 3 of the contours. So this is the contour that I usually go for, which is the cool toned. You get a warm toned, and then you get a darker one. The dark one looks a little frightening, but trust me, it's not. These blend so beautifully, they're so velvety and they blend gorgeous, so as long as you've got a light hand with that one, you can actually get really nice sort of definition at the back of the contour, because I like to contour and then put a little bit more depth right at the back just to create that extra little bit of hollow sometimes, not every time, but it's really nice for that. So this is a palette where I use absolutely everything in it. The names of the shades are on the back, and it's just lovely packaging, really sturdy cardboard, and again it is magnetised. Fantastic, I love this. The last palette I'm going to show you is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the original contour kit. So when they first came out, there was just one of them. Now she does them in several colours, and this is considered the light one. Now it doesn't come with a mirror in the lid, and you will see that this is very used and very loved. I love this. This is just a go-to contour palette for me, and I use it most days. Yes, I use the other things as well. Sometimes I use them together and work in conjunction, but this is just a great overall palette. You get a great highlight shade. Again, it's more of a skin tone colour for me, but I am fair, so like I said, that is a struggle for us fair girls, and I'm going to do a separate video on highlighting. You get a True Banana powder, which is a colour corrector, and then you get a lovely champagne shimmery highlighter there. Then you get 3 contour colours. Now I use the first 2. We've got a warm and a cool. As you can see, the cool toned one in the middle is the most used, and then I use the end one for bronzing. So these are removable once again, which I do have the product information on the back. Like I said with the other one, it's not redundant. Once one colour is done, you can actually repurchase a new one. I actually got this one from Cult Beauty when it released, but I did get the other one. This was, I got this one from the actual Anastasia Beverly Hills online store, and it came really, really fast. It was well packaged, it was loads of bubble wrap, really well packaged in a box, and it cost me £35 including delivery, so I thought that was a really good price. I think it's around what I paid paid for this one, and that's from the UK, so that was good. And that's it for the palettes. So that's everything that I've got, and I'm now going to talk to you about the brushes that I've got. So the first one I'm going to mention is a Morphe brush. I know a lot of people like Morphe brushes, but I just didn't really like this overall. But this is the gunmetal grey one. I think this is from Beauty Chamber. I find that although these are really densely packed little bristles and they're quite short, there's quite a lot of movement in them. So I like a very firm brush sometimes to get that really nice dense line and kind of blend into it and get a really nice base to work from. And I find that this doesn't quite do that. And I don't know if you can see, it's got powder coming off it. So I'm going to explain how I use this now. I tried it with cream products, I didn't. It's okay with cream products if you just kind of stipple them on. So you get it in your product and you press it on. But you don't want to do anything other than that. So I don't mind it for that, but what I've been doing is using a nice translucent powder, getting a really, really thick level of it, and then putting it along the edge of the contour. And that is a technique that's called bacon. That's another thing that Nikkietutorials does. And that's if you want a sharper kind of contour. So if I get a load of translucent powder and then just stick an absolute ton of it on and then leave it there just for a couple of minutes and then dust it off with another brush, it just kind of gives you a nice crisp edge to your contour. So that's what I've been using that one for. And then the other one that I got, which is the first brush I ever got for contouring. This one is the F05 Small Contour from Sigma. I just find that the surface of the brush is too large. So I don't want to have that absolutely massive, as you can see, layer of colour going down my cheek. I like to have a fine line first, and then I like to blend it and kind of diffuse it. So I just found it was a bit too big for me. I know a lot of people love it, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't a very good as a starter brush for contouring for me, and it was like a starter brush. It was the first contour brush I got. I do love it for blusher though, so it's not lost. So the next ones I'm going to talk about are from Real Techniques. And this one is brand new to the collection actually, and it's from the standard line, and it is the sculpting brush. It's got that nice angle to it that just fits very nicely into the hollow of the cheek. The brushes are always soft from Real Techniques, so the bristles are really, really soft. It's got some nice density to it, and it's actually quite firm. So it's actually a really, really a lovely brush. If I was going to recommend a starter brush for contouring, it would be this one, because I think it's really, really good. And then the other contour brush that I use from them is actually from their Duo Fibre set, and it's the Duo Fibre Contour Brush. And that's what this one looks like. And this is another one that I used to use quite early days because I found it doesn't have a lot of surface, so I am able to get just a nice thin line in there of colour first before I start to do any kind of blending. So this is another one that I would definitely recommend, but that comes as part of a set, whereas this one you can actually just buy individually. The next brush I'm going to talk about is from Neve Cosmetics. I was actually sent this to review by Beauty Chamber, and what I'm going to do is going to link a load of videos in the information bar below for you, showing some of these things in more detail. So if I've done reviews on any of these contour kits, or if I have reviewed brushes, then the information will be there for you. And I'm also going to link a video that I found on the Sephora website, which I think is great, just for basic contouring tips. So the Neve Cosmetics Blue Contour Brush. Nice, sturdy, thick handle, and it's really great because it's obviously colour coordinated. And I keep all my Neve Cosmetics brush in a clear actual container, and you can just see the colour of the brush and you know exactly what you're going for. The bristles on this, I would say these are very, very comparable to the Too Faced, and I find the Too Faced run very, very expensive, so I don't own any of the Too Faced brushes. But when I felt the Contour Bouquet, it just felt exactly like this one, so soft. And this is the one where I got this one and I started to use it, and this is the one that I used until I got new ones recently. This is the one I used every single day because I just find I love the angle of this brush, really great to get into the hollow. I love how soft it is and how well it diffuses the product. It just does a really fantastic job, and it's very affordable. You can purchase Neve Cosmetics from Cocktail Cosmetics and Beauty Chamber, and I'm not sure of any other sites, but those are the two sites that I use to purchase the Neve Cosmetics range. Now we're going to move on to Zoeva, and I have 3 to show you from there. So you've got the 109, which is the face paintbrush. Now you can get the luxe and you can get the standard. The standard one is called the 109V, and they are just, you know, they're synthetic bristles. This is a mix. But it's got a nice surface area there, which again is perfect for getting into that hollow so that you're not spreading too much colour all over your cheeks. It's got lovely soft bristles, and it's just got the right density to it. It's really, really nice. The Zoeva brushes are really, really affordable and they wash beautifully. And I get mine from beautybay.com, and you can also get them from Love Makeup. So, and the Zoeva site. Again, links will be in the bottom information bar, but this paintbrush is just the perfect size, shape, everything. I just love this brush. The next two brushes are a combo. Now I actually use these when I do cream contouring, and these are the only brushes I use for cream contouring because I don't have any others that I would use. These are just the best ones in my opinion. So these are both from Zoeva, and the first one is the 110 Face Shape brush. So it's just like a mini sort of rounded kabuki, mini round top kabuki brush. Really great for getting the density of the colour in there. So I'll actually get the colour onto this from the product, and I will actually pop that into the contour area. Then I will take the next brush, and this one is the 103 Defined Buffer, which is an angled flat top kabuki brush. And then I use that to actually blend it and get everything nice and diffused and looking really pretty, which is why it looks the colour it does. Because I used this with the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit and it's too warm, so I actually had to use a cooler tone powder on top, but that's why that is the colour it is. But it's a great little brush, and the angle on it is just fantastic to get into the hollow of the cheek. So I absolutely love using these two together for cream products. And then I've saved this last brush because it's my favourite brush, and it's from Real Techniques, and it's from the Bold Metals collection, which is a very pricey range from them, but this is definitely the one that I would recommend investing in. This is the 301, and it is the contour brush. It's got RT on the front, and instead of having the names on, it just has the numbers on now. It's got kind of like a funny shaped sort of handle. It's very, I would say, Art Deco, and it's very weighted. Now the thing is, when you hold it, you can't help but the bottom kind of goes down, and what's great about that is it just gives you the perfect angle to get in under that cheekbone, so you're not kind of coming at it at the wrong angle. When you hold it, it falls into the perfect position, which is just amazing. I love that for a start. It looks great, which is another plus. But the best thing about it is I do not own another brush as densely packed as this one. So densely packed, so soft, so perfect. Look how dense it is. It's unbelievable. And it's really quite nice and firm. And I do apologise, these brushes are dirty because I do use them every day and I'm just about to clean them. So this has just got perfect firmness, and I just love this with powdered products to get in there. Just fantastic. So what I did when I did my cream contour the other day, I used these two, and then I came in with a cooler powder over the top with this one. So that's it. Those are all my contour products. Contouring is definitely something that some days I think it looks great, some days I think I've done a terrible job, some days I just think it's a bit heavy and I need to dial it back, and some days it's light. It's just one of those makeup techniques that you need to practice, and the best way to practice is come home from work and then just slap all the makeup on your face that you want to try out different techniques, because you're not going anywhere and you can just wipe it off. And the thing about makeup is it's all about fun and it's about learning. So, you know, there are no wrong techniques. Just do what you feel is right and what you feel looks good. As long as you're confident with the end result in the mirror, then that is all that matters. You should be pleasing yourself and don't worry about what other people think. That's how I live. So hopefully that video has been helpful for you. I've really enjoyed filming it, and it's something that I've been thinking about doing for a while, but I was waiting for some other little bits and pieces to come. But I really do enjoy contouring, and I definitely think for me, having a fuller, rounder face, the contouring does make a difference. It makes me feel a lot more confident that I do have some kind of structure to my face shape. That was definitely very important. I mean, I've lost 2 stone recently, so I do feel like I've got definitely some face shape back now. But even before then, it was great to be able to do some sort of structural work that actually made your face shape look, you know, not quite so round, and it just gave me a little bit more confidence. And I think if makeup can give you a little bit more confidence, then that's not a bad thing at all. I don't do much contouring around my temples, and I rarely do my nose because I'm happy with my nose and I don't have a large forehead. But sometimes I do bring some warmth up here. And hopefully this video has been helpful for anybody who's interested in getting into contouring and the products that are out there on the market at the moment, and definitely the brushes. I do feel like I've tried quite a lot of brushes and I love the brushes that I've got. I do find that I reach for them every single day, and I do contour every day. Unless I'm in my pyjamas, and then I don't contour. So let me know if you have enjoyed this video. I am going to be doing a highlighting video because I love to highlight as well. I love glowy skin, and that will be coming up soon. So don't forget to like, share and comment and subscribe as always, and I'm going to live and leave you there and see you all soon. I've been Spacey Stump Girl, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! you.